Welcome back to The Value Thinker, where smart money meets crypto innovation. Right now, there is an absolute perfect storm brewing for Ethereum. We're seeing a massive wave of corporate cash flooding into the ecosystem, and it's happening right as a game-changing technology upgrade is about to go live. So let's dive in and see exactly what's going on. Let's just start with a number that pretty much tells the whole story: $17.8 billion. That's the value of Ethereum that is now sitting on corporate balance sheets. And this isn't some slow trickle either. We're talking about a tidal wave that has formed almost entirely within this year, 2025. And listen, this isn't just one or two rogue companies making a crazy bet. We're seeing a very clear trend here, led by some major players. You've got BitMine Immersion, chaired by Fundstrat's Tom Lee, holding nearly $8 billion worth, and SharpLink Gaming, which has made Ethereum its primary reserve asset. These aren't just little side bets, we're talking about fundamental strategic shifts for these companies. To really get a sense of just how fast this is all happening, think about this. At the start of the year, corporate treasuries held less than 1% of all Ethereum. Today, that number is getting close to 4%. And get this is the crazy part. A staggering 95% of all these corporate buys happened in the third quarter alone. That's an acceleration we've basically never seen before. Okay, so here's the really crucial point. These companies aren't just buying Ethereum and holding it like some kind of digital gold. No, they're treating it as a productive asset. By staking their ETH, they're earning yields of 3 to 5%. Their balance sheet is literally working for them 24/7, generating returns in a way that just holding cash or even Bitcoin simply can't. All right, to really see how this strategy works in the wild, let's zoom in on one of the biggest names out there, Coinbase. They've been making some very calculated moves this year. Now, what Coinbase has been doing is pretty fascinating. While they beefed up their Ethereum holdings by over 28%, that investment actually generated a massive 67% unrealized gain. And that outperforms their Bitcoin position. Even though they bought way more Bitcoin, a 111% increase, that saw a 61% gain. It's a powerful testament to ETH's performance this year. In plain dollars, that Bitcoin play netted them an unrealized gain of around $630 million. I mean, that's a massive win, no matter how you slice it. But here's the thing. That more targeted Ethereum play, it also brought in a huge return, almost $250 million. It just goes to show this sophisticated two-asset strategy is paying off big time. And that potential, well, that brings us to the next piece of this puzzle. So you got to be asking yourself, right, what is giving all these huge institutions the confidence to pour billions into Ethereum right now? Well, a massive part of the answer is this incredible tech upgrade that's right around the corner. It's called the Fusaka upgrade.
Fusaka is what's known as a hard fork, basically a huge network update, and it's set to go live on December 3rd. Honestly, it's the biggest set of improvements we've seen since the merge. You can think of it like they're ripping out the old engine and dropping in a brand new supercharged one. Its whole purpose is to make the network faster, cheaper, and way more efficient, especially for those layer 2 networks where so many apps are actually built. It really all boils down to 3 key things. First, it's going to slash transaction fees on layer 2s by more than half. Second, it's paving the way for insane speeds. We're talking over 10,000 transactions per second. And third, it actually makes the whole network more secure and decentralized by making it cheaper and easier for regular people to help run it. So how does it do all this? Well, one of the key innovations is something called peer DAS. The tech itself is pretty complex, but this analogy just nails it. Instead of forcing every single person running the network to download and read a massive document of data, Peer DAS lets them just spot check tiny, random pieces. It's a brilliantly efficient way to make sure everything's accurate without all that heavy lifting. And the impact of this for you, for me, for anyone actually using this stuff, it's huge. If you're using apps on networks like Arbitrum or Optimism, every single thing you do is about to get way cheaper. It just makes the entire Ethereum world more accessible, easier to use, and ultimately a lot more valuable. Okay, so let's put it all together. You've got this fire hose of institutional cash flooding in on one side, and this supercharged new tech engine on the other. You can start to see why we're calling this a perfect storm. And believe me, the market is definitely taking notice. Just look at the buildup we've seen. Back in October, the big players, the whales, added over $6 billion of ETH to their bags. Then, in November, all the final tests for Fusaka passed perfectly. Now, December 3rd, the upgrade goes live. And as if that's not enough, we're expecting a decision on a potential ETH staking ETF by the end of the year. You see how each event is just building on the last?
And this isn't just a crypto-native thing anymore. No way. Wall Street is all in. You have JP Morgan now accepting ETH as collateral for loans. You've got the research firm Bernstein forecasting a mind-boggling 5 trillion-dollar market for assets built on Ethereum. And analysts are now predicting that corporations will own over 10% of all ETH by 2026. This is the real deal. The predictions are just getting bolder and bolder. Take Tom Lee, and remember, this is the chairman of BitMine, the single biggest corporate holder of ETH. He's on the record saying he sees over 200% upside from where we are today. When the guy with the biggest stack makes a call like that, you tend to listen.
And it's not just him. Bernstein Research is echoing that same bullish vibe, putting a price target of $15,000 on ETH by 2030. These aren't just numbers plucked from thin air. They're based on everything we've been talking about, the institutional money and the massive tech upgrade.
Which, of course, leaves us with the big question. With all this institutional money treating Ethereum like a high-yield asset, and with its core technology about to take this massive leap forward, are we watching the very beginning of its most significant run yet? The pieces are definitely all there. The only question left is just how big that wave is going to be. Stay tuned, the next update could change the game.